Hey lovelies, today we're going to be making this delicious Jamaican barbeFry chicken. Yes guys, we're making barbeFry chicken today. So to make my barbeFry chicken, I'm using only drumsticks and I'm going to show you how I season and marinate my drumsticks. So I'm using 1 teaspoon of all-purpose seasoning, some chicken seasoning, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and I'm also going to be using some paprika and some black pepper. I'm going to leave the full amount in the description below so you can go and check it out. So I'm just going to massage the chicken with all the seasonings and allow it to marinate. So all I'm doing is rubbing the chicken, seasoning it, massaging the chicken with the seasoning, and then I'm going to allow it to marinate. I'm going to marinate this chicken overnight, guys. So all I'm going to do is add some plastic wrap to it and allow it to marinate overnight. If you're going to cook it right away, you can marinate it for at least 2 hours or 3 hours or so, but I'm going to cook mine tomorrow, so I'm going to leave it to marinate for overnight. So I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator so it can marinate overnight. So yes guys, I'm going to make my barbeFry chicken now. So this is the chicken that I marinated yesterday, and I'm going to remove the saran wrap. Look at that, beautiful. And I'm now going to barbeFry my chicken. So I'm going to show you how I season the flour and the egg. So this is 1.5 cup of flour and 3 eggs. So guys, I'm not going to season the flour because I'm going to add some seasoning also to the sauce. So I'm just going to go and add just some baking powder to the flour. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder to the flour. I'm not going to add any seasoning because I am going to add some seasoning to the barbecue sauce, and I already seasoned the chicken with a lot of seasoning. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of baking powder and mix it well. So now I'm going to scramble the eggs. You can use more than 3 eggs if you want to, but I'm only using 3 eggs, and I'm going to add a little bit of milk. It is full cream milk. I'm adding about a 1/4 cup or 2 tablespoons of full cream milk, and I'm just going to whisk it together and use it to coat my chicken. So now we're going to fry our chicken. So we're going to add the chicken to the egg mixture, and then we're going to add it to the flour to give it the flour coating. So we're going to coat the chicken with the flour. We're just going to roll it in the flour and stuff the flour on the chicken. You want to get the chicken coated with the flour properly. And you just shake off any excess flour. And we just do the same thing with all the chicken. Roll it in the egg mixture, then we put it in the flour and shake off any excess flour, and that's it. So this is how it look, guys, after I coat it. I didn't coat all because I like to fry it as I coat it. I don't like to coat it and put it down. So this is my oil. I have 2 cups of oil here, and it's already heated. So I'm just going to go in with the chicken. And you want to fry chicken on both sides for at least 10 to 15 minutes, guys, because remember, we're going to put it in the oven also to finish cook. So in that time, it will still cook, so you don't want to overcook it before you put it in the oven. So make sure you don't crowd your pan, guys. You want to use a pan that can hold the amount that you want to put in it. So I'm just going to flip it on the other side after about 10 minutes. And remember, guys, you don't want to cook this on high flame because it will burn before it is cooked. You want to cook it on like medium low, no high flame, right? So this is how your chicken look, guys, after finish frying. Look at that. Delicious. We could just have it just like this, but I'm making barbeFry, so I'm going to make my barbecue sauce. But this is looking really delicious. So now I'm going to make my homemade barbecue sauce. I add 1/4 cup of water, and then I'm going to add 1 cup of ketchup. So as soon as I add the ketchup, you want to start mixing it, guys, because you don't want the ketchup to get lumpy on you, right? So you want to mix it, whisk it until you get everything refined and smooth, right? I'm just adding the rest of ketchup. Then after I add the ketchup, I'm going to go in with some sugar. You don't want to add too much sugar because you don't want it to be sweet, and the molasses that I'm going to add, it's also sugar based, so you don't want to add too much sugar. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar, right? And also going to whisk it also. And then next, after adding the sugar, make sure you're always whisking, guys, because you don't want it to be lumpy. I'm going to go in with the molasses. This is 1 tablespoon of molasses. And I'm just going to mix all together. And then I'm going to add some seasoning, right? This is why I didn't add any seasoning to the flour. That's some garlic powder and some all-purpose, and I add some paprika. You want to whisk it and get out all the lumps. Make sure you're doing this on low flame, because the more you whisk, is the thicker it's going to get. I also add some vinegar. That's like a teaspoon or a little bit more than a teaspoon of vinegar. Then I'm going to add some sauce, right? This is some Worcestershire sauce, and I'm just going to whisk it. I'm going to give you a close-up look because it's looking really dark, and that's not it. Look what this is. This is how it's looking, guys. So to put my chicken in the oven, I'm going to be using a baking sheet with some grease paper. If you have a baking tin with a rock, it's perfectly fine. You can use that, but I always use a baking sheet with grease paper, and it comes out perfectly fine. Trust me, guys. All I do is just add the chicken to the grease paper and add the barbecue sauce to it, and it comes out so good. Trust me, you're going to see it. It comes out so delicious, so sticky. It's like real barbecue chicken. It reminds me of KFC barbecue chicken. So all I'm going to do now is just add the sauce all over the chicken, and then I'm just going to stick it in the oven for at least 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes or so I can get this lovely sticky barbecue chicken. And this is my lovely barbeFry chicken, guys. And remember, guys, you can do this with wings, thighs, breast, just about any part of the chicken. But I prefer to do it with the drumstick because it reminds me of KFC barbecue chicken. Look at that. This chicken was so delicious, guys. So remember, if you're new here, thanks for coming. And if you're a returning viewer or a returning subscriber, I appreciate you so much, and continue to watch my videos, continue to like. Please remember to share, and if you're not subscribers yet, please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.